Welcome back to the Tacomaholic channel, everybody. As you guys should probably know, given the name of my channel, I love and am addicted to Toyota Tacomas. That being said, if you are shopping around for a brand new Tacoma or a used one, we are going to go over 5 negative things you should know before buying a Tacoma. Now don't worry, I will do a follow-up going over 5 awesome or positive things you should also know before buying a Tacoma. I'm just going to start with the bad list because today I'm feeling like the glass is half empty, which I'm told happens more and more the older we get.
You have chosen wisely.
And first on the list, you can't talk about Tacomas without addressing the elephant in the room, and that is the rust factor. Obviously not an issue if you live in a dry state or a state that does not salt the roads for winter, but if you're in the Northeast or maybe a coastal state, certainly something to consider because even in 2021, Toyota frames, specifically for the Tacomas, still susceptible to that rust, and there is an ongoing huge recall for frame replacements. Go to any Toyota dealership, I guarantee you, you'll see frames, brand new frames, just waiting to get installed.
You son of a...
Now the rust isn't such a big deal if you are on top of it and regularly clean your undercarriage, obviously of course during the winter when it's going to be exposed to that salt, and if you grab yourself some fluid film and regularly spray down your frame to keep it safe. So you can't consider buying a Tacoma without first thinking about that nasty rust factor. And next on the list is the price of the Tacoma. If you haven't been shopping around, the Tacoma might be more expensive than you realize. My Tacoma is a 2014. I got it brand new in 2014, I think in August, and I got it for right around $30,000. And it's a TRD off-road, double cab, short bed. The same truck now, just 8 years later. The same truck now, just 7 years later. Where does the time go? Is right around $40,000. So right there in that short amount of time, $10,000 price increase. Of course, a lot of that is because of like the government regulated safety features that have to be installed with all the lane departure crap and all that stuff. All that technology drives the price up, and of course, inflation. And vehicles only get more expensive. But just be aware the Tacoma might be more expensive than you'd planned. And next up is that damn transmission. If you are going to grab an automatic Tacoma, first of all, anyone with a manual transmission Tacoma is going to make fun of you at any opportunity they get. And the automatic transmission might give you headaches constantly searching for gears. I believe Toyota did this, engineered it that way specifically to be at the optimal RPM range or whatever for maximum miles per gallon, which we'll get to in just a second. But it seems like it just annoys most automatic Tacoma drivers. I test drove a few of the 2020 Tacomas and it didn't really seem like an issue with me, and I made sure to drive it like slower speeds, highway speeds, up and down hills, all that stuff to really test it out. It didn't really seem like an issue for me, so I think it's mostly resolved in the later third gen, like maybe 2019 and up. If you've got one of the later third gens and that hunting transmission is still an issue, please comment below and let me know. Of course, if you go for manual transmission, don't got to worry about that at all. But make sure you take a thorough test drive and see if that automatic transmission, hunting or not, is going to drive you crazy. All right, guys, getting close to the end here with the 4th negative thing about the Tacoma, and that is the combination of a lack of power and garbage miles per gallon. Usually if you have a vehicle that has a ton of power, you expect crappy miles per gallon, or if you have a vehicle that has awesome miles per gallon, usually lacking in the power department. The Tacoma sort of fits a unique bill here, being the worst of both worlds. It's not a fast truck, it doesn't have a ton of horsepower. I want to say it's like, what, 240? And I want to say maybe around 20 miles per gallon, which, yeah, it could be worse, and it will quickly get worse if you start modding your Tacoma, adding weight, killing the aerodynamics, which are not even good from the factory. It's a truck. You know how that is. So it would be nice if the Tacoma got, I don't know, another 5 miles per gallon, given the fact that it doesn't have a ton of horsepower. That is what it is. Can't really do much about it other than driving like an old man, like I do. All right, guys, and last on the list, and it should be fairly obvious. I mean, you can see my whole truck right there. You can see what it is. The Tacoma is many things, but one thing it is not is a full-size truck.
What did you say?
It is not a full-size truck. Should be fairly obvious, but I see people on all of these social media platforms regularly, it seems more often than it should happen, complaining that the Tacoma is not hauling their 30-foot boat or their super huge trailer, whatever. I don't tow with my truck. I don't know what it's rated for. I don't plan on ever towing, so it doesn't bother me at all. If you are in the market for a work truck that is going to be hauling heavy loads, whatever they are, the Tacoma might not be the truck for you. So just be aware of that going in. Tacoma is much larger than it used to be for the first gens, but it is nowhere near the high torque towing capacity of the full-size Chevy, Fords, Dodges, etc. So just be aware going in. I hate planes. All right, everybody, that will do it for my list of the top 5 negative things to consider about the Toyota Tacoma before making your purchase. I love my Tacoma, I said that in the beginning, and I'll say it again. And stay tuned for that top 5 positive or good things about the Toyota Tacoma you need to consider when making your purchase. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to give the video a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And if I left something off on my list that you think I should add, a negative thing about the Tacoma, make sure and comment below. As always, thank you so much for supporting the channel by watching this video. Enjoy the rest of your week, and I'll see you in the next video.